because this music issue can reach a lot of people in the United States because of the quality of the music. But then they might be the Americans watching the video might say, "Oh wow, what's that town?" And in the end credits, we might say, "Oh, this is Boac, Marinduque," and it's a very beautiful place, the beautiful beaches. Come visit us. So that's my proposition to you: is maybe we can work together to develop other videos, other so-called advertisements for your community, and you can also help boost the image of Filipino artists as well. Because in America, there's not too many Filipino artists. Almost no artists. There's a lot of racism here, unfortunately. Yeah, but I mean, there's very few images in our TV in America of anything done by Filipinos. So that's why I recommend you watch the debut, that video by my friend Jean Cahayon, who's also another Filipino who made a film about growing up in America. Very important film. You should try to watch it. Jean is in the Philippines right now as we speak, interviewing for commercial work. We wish him a lot of luck. So anyway, if I can part with a message, think about Ronald Reagan. He's always smiling, positive message. Artists equals revenue for you. Okay, now on to the classical music stuff. Rock and roll music is a good way to reach a lot of people, many people, but classical, especially pipe organ music, is more to reach the soul. Unfortunately, not too many people are supporting pipe organ music in churches anymore. Well, in the Philippines you can't because, it's humid over there. But here in the United States, there's a decline in the quality of liturgy music, and our late Pope, John Paul II, had written about that. It's a huge, tremendous scandal, according to our Pope, that we're neglecting the traditional organ music and the choir music. Anyway, there's always hope for renewal, right? So it's up to you guys to really ask for that in your churches and support that through tithing. Later on, I'll cover the biblical aspects of that. When we're listening to classical music, unlike rock music, classical music demands more. It reaches the soul. So that has to be quiet listening. So make sure you're not all talking or having food or partying. It's going to be more like prayer. Like when somebody plays the organ music, make sure you put yourself in the mindset to allow God to speak to you through the music. Otherwise, you're not going to hear God speaking to you through the music. You're just going to be talking, and that happened to me when I was invited once to the United States in Washington, D.C., the embassy for the veterans, the World War II veterans. I was invited to play two pieces for a classical piano concert. At the time, this is late 90s, your ambassador, Raul Rabe, invited me to play there, and in the presence of the State Department of the United States and a couple of senators who were trying to push the bill to support the veterans, the back pay for the World War II veterans of the Philippines. My playing went pretty well, according to, but the thing is, half the people there, a lot of the Filipino ladies, unfortunately, I have to say this, were talking throughout my playing. They couldn't sit still and listen. And the ambassador, Raul Rabe, came up to me later. He apologized for their behavior. I just say this because in our culture, it's very difficult to learn etiquette. I mean, music lessons are expensive, and we have difficulty affording music lessons. But at the same time, we should be aware that when a classical performer is playing, make sure we accord them the proper respect and quiet listening, because it's really God speaking to you. If only you would sit down and listen carefully and listening skills can help in other areas of the economy or in education, productivity, other things that could really help the Philippines. So classical music is a good discipline to study for all sorts of things.